my friend's house, and he's given me a second opportunity to mess around with this wooden plate cuckoo clock. And the last time I was here, I couldn't figure out why this lever here was not over the cam that shuts the cuckoo off at the end of its cycle. He took it to his friend's house. His friend put the thing right together, having a set of fresh eyes on it. I see what's stopping it. This wire right here, which brings the bird back in. This wire right here, which brings the bird back in. If you could see this piece right here, it's touching this brass piece, which in turn is not allowing this brass piece to come over enough to go over the top of the cam. So I have to figure out how to, I have to bend this bend that's in this wire to the right, which will in turn allow this lever here, which goes over the top of that cam, to go over. And then we're probably going to have to put some washers or something on the end, on the inside, so it doesn't go back to the right. I don't know if you can see that or not. You should be able to see it. But as you can see, this brass lever is not over the top of this cam. Come to find out, what had happened is this bushing for that wheel that has that cam on it, which would be the second wheel, had came out of the hole. It was coming out of the front of the movement, which allowed this second wheel to move to the left, so everything was out of alignment. And as soon as I pushed that bushing back in, it pushed the cam, the second wheel, over to the right, which is now aligned up with this trip lever right here that stops, that goes into the count wheel. Sorry, that goes not only into the count wheel, but also this lever right here goes into that cam when it's done cuckooing. So now I have to figure out how to keep that bushing in its place. As you can see, it cuckoos and it stops. And that was the 12:30. This is 1 o'clock, 1:30. This should be 2 o'clock coming up. One. Something else I gotta work on. This should be 2 o'clock. 1. So now I have to adjust the count wheel so it is in time. But we're getting there. Thank God. This is the wooden plate cuckoo clock my friend owns that I worked on last time I was here. It don't have the proper weights on it. The minute hand was broken, so we used the plastic hands that we drilled out the holes. Used a convex washer that we got from Time Savers.
picture of it. Okay, that works.
Currently, I don't have the minute hand tightened up just enough.
Okay.
As you can see, it's ticking away, and when I trip the bellows, it's working, but we still have to connect the wire to the door. But when I turn this thing around, when I turn the hands, I'm going to turn the hands, and you're going to see the levers move. You see that lever moving? That's because I turned the hands, and I used a convex washer from Time Savers to prevent the minute hand from sliding back too far. Like I said, I do this all the time. Trust me, it works. With the B amplifier on, it's really close, if not dead on. And this door is screwed on because the wooden posts, the dowels that typically go into the holes and you put pins in, they broke off, so the door has been screwed on. It's good to see this wooden plate cuckoo clock ticking away and working, because last time I was here I spent like 10 hours on it just trying to get the cuckoo to stop, and it just happened to be the second wheel was sliding back and forth because the bushing was coming out of the wood. And the proper way to fix that is to put another bushing in that is forced into the wood to prevent the bushing from sliding in and out of the wood. Normally I don't agree with modifying a clock, but this clock, the only place to hang it up was right here, which is on this door, and I don't agree with that. They should have drilled a hole in here, but instead of us drilling a hole in here, we're going to put one of these brackets on that you can hang the clock up with. I don't trust the clock hanging on that. And for the people who have a problem with that bracket, they could always take it off and fill it in with wood filler and color it. And here we got the clock hanging on the wall. The topper isn't original to the clock. The hands are not original to the clock. But everything else is original to the clock as far as I know. But it's great to have this cuckoo clock up and running and going on to the next clock. This was the clock that I was working on earlier. Still ticking away. Still has the round hole minute hand, hour hand, then a square washer, then the minute hand, which a round hole, and then a nut, and then the what I call the pretty nut, or the decoration nut. That's all that thing is used for. As you can see, it's ticking away. It's cuckooing. It's doing its job.
Great.